Have you ever been in a room and just felt someone's presence? They just command attention, right? Well, that's confidence. But what if I told you the secret to getting it isn't about how you feel, but about what you do? Okay, let's get right into it, because today we're going to break down a really powerful psychological blueprint for building genuine, unshakable confidence from the outside in. First things first, we got to talk about what confidence actually looks like. I mean, long before you even say a word, your body is telling a story. And that story can either pull people in or, well, kind of push them away. Okay, so take a look at this. On the left, you've got that classic low confidence posture. Head is down, shoulders are slumped, the whole body is just constricted and closed off. It's basically a look of retreat. Now, glance over to the right. Big difference, right? You've got a direct gaze, chest is open, feet are planted firmly apart. This posture is open, it's stable, and it's ready.
I mean, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? The high-confidence posture just naturally grabs your attention. And it's not just about looking good. It literally makes you more persuasive, more magnetic. Your physical presence is the absolute foundation of your influence.
And this isn't just some feel-good idea. It's about being effective in the real world. You know, former President Obama once said that one of the most important things he learned was to always act with confidence. And why is that? Because when you project confidence, like you see here, you create this space where your ideas aren't just heard, they're actually respected.
All right, now here's where things get really interesting. Most of us think we need to achieve something big, get the promotion, nail the project, and then finally we'll feel confident. But what's wild is that psychology tells us that's completely backwards. So the core idea of this whole explainer, the one thing I really want you to get, is this. Confidence is not a feeling you wait around for. It's a behavior you kickstart yourself. You don't think your way into a new way of acting, you act your way into a new way of thinking.
In this slide, it just lays out the flow perfectly. See, it all starts with a deliberate action, a behavior. That behavior then triggers a matching emotion. And when you repeat that behavior enough times and you feel that emotion over and over, it starts to shape your identity. You actually start to believe deep down, I am a confident person. Your actions are literally rewiring your brain. So, if action is the key, where do we start? I mean, how do we know what actions to even take? Well, that brings us to a simple but incredibly powerful technique called modeling. Let's see how this helps us build that new identity. Modeling is, well, it's exactly what it sounds like. You find someone you admire, could be a boss, a speaker you love, even an actor, and you consciously imitate them. Now, this isn't about being fake or a copycat. Think of it as a proven learning strategy. It's like you're putting on a costume, and with enough practice, that costume becomes your own skin. Now, what's really cool is how specific you can get with this. You're not just copying a vague idea of confidence, you're copying the actual mechanics. You imitate how they speak, their posture, their hand gestures, you even try to match their energy. And this actually works because of something amazing in your brain called mirror neurons. By mimicking the external actions of confidence, you light up the same pathways in your brain, which in turn helps you generate the internal feeling of confidence. It's pretty amazing. And that right there is the heart of it all. Confidence is a skill. It's just like learning to play the guitar or getting good at a sport. You practice the movements, the behaviors over and over and over until they're not something you think about anymore. They just become second nature. They become yours. So all of this leads us to a simple little framework that completely flips the script on how we usually think about personal change. It's called do, have, be. Okay, so most of us are stuck in this loop on the left. We think, okay, once I have that success, then I'll finally be confident, right? It's a totally passive approach where we're just waiting for something outside of us to change. But the psychological reality is the column on the right. You have to do first, then you will have, and only then will you truly be.
Let's break that down real quick. First, you do. You act like the confident person you want to become. You adopt their posture, their tone, their whole mindset. Then, you start to have. You start getting different results. People react to you differently, more positively, and you build momentum. And finally, you be. Your identity shifts. The act isn't an act anymore. It's just who you are.
So the whole thing boils down to this super simple equation. The action of confidence directly leads to the identity of confidence. You are literally what you do on repeat.
The author of our source material actually used this exact technique. To get over a fear of public speaking, they'd watch videos of their favorite lecturers and even singers. They'd practice imitating their speech, their gestures, their energy. They'd literally watch a performer command a stage of thousands, mimic their movements, and then walk onto their own stage and do their thing. And through that physical practice, they became a truly confident speaker.
So, let's bring this all home. If you take just one thing away from this whole explainer, please let it be this. Confidence isn't some gift you're born with. It's a reward you earn one deliberate action at a time.
You don't have to wait for permission from anyone, and you certainly don't have to wait for some big future achievement. You have the power to start building that new identity right now, today. Pick your model, start acting the part, and just watch as the real feeling of confidence catches up.
And that leaves us with one final and really important question for you to think about. Who is that person you admire? The one who just embodies the kind of confidence you want to have? Think about it, because that person holds the key to your transformation. So, who will you model yourself after? The choice is all yours.